Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my review for the 4th episode of Stranger Things Season 4. This one is called Dear Billy. Alright dudes, so I'm going through and kind of trying to get caught up for Stranger Things Season 4, watch all the episodes, and I'm considering reviewing every episode. I reviewed the first 2. I haven't done third yet because it wasn't quite as good as I think the other episodes, but it is still good. You know, even when Stranger Things is like, okay, it's still really good. But episode 4, people were telling me in comments right away, they're like, Trevor, this episode rocks. So I finally got a chance to go ahead and see it. And I want to say amazing, really amazing. Definitely Stranger Things 4, episode 4, the best episode for this season yet that I've seen up to this point. Now, I haven't seen up to episode 7 yet, so I'm getting there, but I'm trying to do the reviews in between. This one is called Dear Billy. So this one is basically, you have a few things happening. A couple of key points here. We have the stuff in Russia with Hopper that's happening and Yuri, which is kind of funny, and then has a twist in it during the episode, so spoiler warning. But the biggest thing in this episode is the stuff with Maxine. So we have basically what ends up being somewhat like an Exorcist type of scene with Maxine here. So we've seen with the others too throughout the season where the Vecna gets them. They kind of float up first, and then the creature, the demon, pokes them in their third eye, or puts his hand on their head, and takes possession of them, or absorbs their soul, or whatever is happening there in those scenes. And we get one of the best ones in this one, which did kind of surprise me. And I just really love the way it ended. So spoilers. So you see her go into the red kind of place, and she knows what's been happening to her. But in this case, she has quite a bit of help, and she's able to kind of fight her way out of it. So it seems like she is the first of any of them to be able to fight their way away from the Vecna when they show up in that kind of a world. We also get to meet Victor Creel in this one, who was an Army veteran who returning with his family to a house there. I think it was in Hawkins. Ended up having his family be killed by the Vecna, and then him losing his eyes. So we get to see him in this one that when Nancy and Robin go to see him, he has no eyes. His eyes have been kind of extracted, and so he kind of refers to himself as being in hell, which you can definitely understand, his family having been killed, and then him basically being thrown into a jail cell for everyone thinking that he did it, when he also was badly injured from the incident with the Vecna before. Really cool stuff there, and enjoy seeing the two of them together. Robin is particularly funny in this one, in that she tries to act like like a university student or something like this, like someone with a high GPA, and she can't quite do it, but it works out okay, sort of, for them, kinda. So there's some awesome usage of music in this one. Running Up the Hill, or That Hill, Running Up That Hill, is a great song that's used at the end here to try to snap Maxine out of this spell with the Vecna in the episode. And it's really, really incredible. When I was watching this episode of Stranger Things, I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, I think this is the best property that's ever been made for like 80s, early 90s stuff, and I'm looking back at it, comparing to some of the other stuff. There's some awesome stuff from the 80s. You look at Ghostbusters, you look at some of the other things that have been done over the years, but those are just like one movie, one shot deals. I really think that at this point in time, after 4 seasons of Stranger Things, I really think that it's kind of set itself above everything else that's been done prior. Obviously, the quality of the video has gotten better and better every year since then, and there haven't been too many movies or TV series that set themselves in that time zone for us to kind of go back to. that house the nostalgia and everything else of the sort. But it's pretty crazy how good Stranger Things actually is. It's scary good, right? It's like the best 80s movie you've ever seen, but it's episodic, right? And it goes over seasons. So it's not just like one, season 3's ending and then that's it, or a couple episodes. I think there's literally like certain sections of Stranger Things that are better than maybe any 80s movie that's been done, pretty much, I think. Like the ending of this episode right here and what you see happen in this one, and just how addictive it is to watch the series. Like, I'm trying not to binge every episode so that I can do reviews in between the episodes, and it's turning out to be like one of the hardest things ever to do, because after episode 3 I couldn't. I was like, I gotta watch episode 4. So I was like, but I should do a review, and I'm like, I can't, screw it, I gotta see it 4, I gotta see what happens. So it's really, really good, man. It's incredible for people that are fans of the 80s, the way it uses music, the way it uses inspiration from, so many of these older scary movies, sci-fi movies, horror movies, and just the way they put it all together really sets itself above, really sets itself apart. And I thought the ending of this episode was ridiculously epic. The music and everything, really incredible what they've been able to do here, and I think they are absolutely out of their minds for wanting to end the series in season 5. I think that is the craziest. I mean, I understand ending on top and ending where, but to end it like this is season 4, so that would be one more season after this. I think that Stranger Things has way, way more potential there. To do a lot more things with, for Netflix and for years. I think it's so strong that I think you could definitely do up to a 7 or 8 seasons at least. Then people might get bored after season 8 or season 9. I can understand that. But with how strong it is right now, I think they're absolutely out their freaking minds to end it after season 5, because this episode was amazing. And I didn't really like Max before. She was kind of one of my lesser favorite characters, and then seeing this episode through, and the way they used her brother, Billy, from the last season, right? The lifeguard and all that stuff was funny before. The way they used him and everything, it's really, really incredible stuff. It's like the best 80s movie you could think of, and it goes on for season after season after season, with even a couple episodes being comparable to like one of the best 80s movies you can think of. That's basically that's pretty much what it is. It's like the best 80s movie, but it doesn't end after an hour and a half. That's like 2 episodes or something, and then it just continues right on, and it's even better next time. So I almost forgot to talk about the stuff in Russia, which is really funny. So you have Hopper, who kind of escapes. And then you have Yuri, who kind of turns on the guard who was helping, and turns on them. Maybe gives them some kind of knockout thing or something. And are they all going to end up trapped here as as a result, as part of this attempted rescue mission? It kind of seems like it at the end of this episode. So we'll see. I got a few more episodes left to get caught up to episode 7. Stranger Things killing it. Loved episode 4. Don't know if we'll go back to 3. Maybe I'll skip some of the ones in between that are like not that big of a deal. Episode 3 is like the stuff with Elle and meeting with the doc and everything like that. So it's okay, but some of these are really amazing. So comments below. Let me know what you guys thought about episode 4. Incredible, and how you compare Stranger Things to some of your classic, nostalgic, favorite movies or series or anything from around that time period, 80s, early 90s. Like, how do you compare it? Because I was comparing it year to year, and I was like, okay, this is about as good. But at this point now, I think it's really separated itself to where, okay, it's not just good. It's actually, it's better. It's better, than, like, I love Ghostbusters. I love some of this stuff, but I'm sorry to say, Stranger Things has managed to surpass some of these 80s properties that I thought were like the best the 80s has. You watch back Ghostbusters, you're like, yeah, it's really good. It's really fun. Stay Puft and all that stuff. It's fun. It's really, really fun. I got to admit, it's really awesome. You can understand, really great. But then you watch a couple seasons of Stranger Things, you're like, whoa. And then it goes up to the 4th season. You're like, whoa. Okay. All right. Definitely something pretty special here. That's it for this review, guys. 10 out of 10 for me for episode 4. And I'll see you again soon for another. Trev saying peace there, guys. See you soon.